that just made me wonder, like, what's up? So Cardano, it's like there's all these promises coming. It's like it's always there, and it's popular. I mean, everybody knows Cardano, but what is it doing? Like, I hear about test nets. I hear about, it's trying to get out. I don't even know. There's some development use case in Africa and in a couple countries, but
I keep hearing about that one.
But I don't know the exact specifics, and you can't find any. I mean, you can't.
Listen, I was on their website, like, going through doing a deep dive video, and it basically, they have their rollout, their decentralization. They're supposed to have smart contracts coming, but again, I think Cardano's been wasted 6-7 years out, and they haven't produced those products yet.
Well, my theory, and this is just me speculating, there is no evidence for this. This is just my mind, just wondering what's going on. Because it feels like Cardano is just stuck. Like, it's got that good momentum, but it's just stuck, what it's doing. And I watched an interview with their CEO, and it was talking about Algorand. And he made a comment in the interview that made me go, there's a link to it on YouTube, but you just sort of right, Steve Hoskinson or whatever.
He co-founded Ethereum, right?
Yeah, well, but here's what they said to the CEO of Cardano, and he said this just off the cuff, and I rewound it because I'm like, who says that? He said, and I'm paraphrasing that, he's a big fan of Algorand, but he's not a huge fan of anybody who preserves intellectual property with blockchain patents. He's a tremendous respect for the team, but occasionally there are things for us to collaborate with on when he's talking about Algorand, or things we can use. For example, they wrote a good random verifiable function implementation. So what does that say to me? That says to me, Algorand starting to patent protect their technology and license it out is a bind, because what did Cardano do? Cardano forked or used the verify rentable function invented by Algorand, and it's in their consensus mechanism.
I did not know that.
So they
want Algorand's technology, basically.
It's an arms race. It's a technology arms race. And so he politely said, hey, we can collaborate or use, and then you find out a little bit later that was put in their consensus mechanism. And he helped, remember Silvio Micali also helped invent zero knowledge proofs, which is that's what Ethereum uses.
Yeah.
So when you hear about these two mega chains that both have one common factor,
might as well go to Algorand. Yeah.
So so the long and short of it is, that's why I'm a little bit suspect. It's like, okay, when you're in a room and the guy doesn't stop talking about the future, and you're like, well, show me something.
Yeah.
And it's got a good, and I hope nothing but the best for it, but I'm just like, that comment just dug on me. And then I got those links out there where you can see that that Algorand started patent protecting and licensing their technology, especially their pure proof of take consensus mechanism now, which is unforkable.
That's what I do.
Like.
Yeah, people know with Ethereum came from, Ethereum Classic, which was a fork of Ethereum, if I'm correct. And Algorand can't do that. And I like that. One thing about Algorand, what I actually really like was because comparing it to Ethereum, or just the fees off the top, it was just trying to use some of their like OpenSea or some of their different apps, which I love because they're it looks great, functions great, but it's just too expensive. And then to see Algorand be like 0.001 to do a transaction is amazing. That's like, I would say, for the people,
Remember, this is at the end of the day, when you're talking about what am I owning in a new expanse, into a new realm of crypto, it's about who has the fastest horse.
Yes.
I don't care who your Twitter team is. I don't care who your hype people are. If your technology can't do the job, you'll be eroded. And
exactly,
we're getting to that phase of the game where big money is starting to choose their horse in a way, right? And there, we'll talk about a couple contracts with that, but basically we've learned that, okay, we've got this company in Algorand. It's led by leaders in the field it's MIT back based with connections to the SEC, because Gary Gensler, the current SEC chairman, he taught blockchain at MIT.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and take a step out there and say Silvio and him know each other.
Oh yeah, they know each other. Yeah, they're probably buddies. Yeah.
And you know, down the road, I mean, you're starting to see the SEC start to do a tokenized securities like Exit. Like I think one of the funds were Exodus, where they're going to trade a securitized token, SEC approved, on the Algorand blockchain.
I know Algorand, a lot of big news. Yeah.
Algorand,
and you see him out in Miami.
Oh yeah,
connecting with the Mayor Suarez
So they partnered with Circle, and they're going to be
Circle made CBD, or excuse me, the USDC.
Yeah, and they're going to use Algorand's rails to do the payment network. So what are you seeing? You're saying, wow, okay, you've got an SEC, you know, allowing them for blockchain. I mean, think about it. To do an SEC trading, all the stuff that can go wrong, you better have some stuff up front. And I'm not saying that they're going to win, but I'm just saying their connection with Gary Gensler, I bet, gave them the first shot.
Yeah. What I see with the crypto space, again, like just like the stock market, there's more than just one. Everybody's not going to go to one. So it's going to be a top 5, top 10 that will last basically forever.
Yeah,
and I could definitely say Algorand being the top 5.
I mean, there's going to be a part. I mean, I get the Bitcoin maximalization, and you know, I don't deny that that's not possible. I mean, why not? I mean, they have a lightning. Yeah. Their layer 2 is faster and more developed than Ethereum's layer 2. That's always promised. I'm waiting.
Yeah, and you know, and I but it makes sense with Bitcoin basically just being, you know, the gold or the oil of the whole cryptocurrency, because clearly when it goes up, everything goes up or down based on Bitcoin, and it makes sense to be the original code and whatnot. So
its beauty is its simplicity.
Yes.
In a world where the Fed is printing money like drunken sailors, if there's nothing rare in this world, but if the only rare thing there is a source code,
21 million. Yep.
Get me it. So, you know, and that's
the same with gold. Like they say, you find another mine at gold and you got more gold in the market. So gold is not actually capped like people think it is.
History will look at this time and realize this was the California gold rush of the modern time. People don't know it yet. Some do, but by the time by the time everyone wakes up and goes, "Oh my God, it's going to be."
Yeah, if you look at mass adoption, right? You go down to PayPal, your regular bank apps. They're starting to call things digital wallets now, and people are not slowly seeing the transition of the language, which means so. And then Algorand also, I like talking about this, but the CBDCs, I believe they are going to be a big player of the central bank digital currencies once it drops.
Oh, they're my front runner because, you know, Algorand assets, you already see a lot of other countries' currencies on there as an asset. Now you don't see
Marshall Islands.
Yeah, Marshall Islands uses them already.
I know, that's huge.
But you see, when you go to the Algorand page, look at the assets, they've got the Monerium euro. So you can start to see, wow, the euro. The euro.
The euro's on there?
The euro is starting to get brought up on there. They have USDCs, USTs. I mean, they've got it. And then you see, you know, they've even got meld gold, meld silver.
Yeah,
so you can tokenize commodities. But the long and the short is this: the whole use case, at least for us, without getting too deep into the different specifics, because I could go on for days about left, right. But the thing is this: okay, when you're looking at what coin do I want to own now? Well, you want a coin that's got good financial backing, you know, because there's going to be storms, right? You want something that's going to be able to weather a storm. Well, remember that there's big money backing Algorand. I mean, they've gotten a $25 million fund in Miami. They got another $400 million from Borderless Capital. They got another $10 million fund for NFTs, another $250 million grant.
Yeah, they got the money.
Foundation. Yeah, so they got the capital. Okay, they've got the team, and the most important part is the metrics the tokenomics are still sane.
Yeah.
You know, being a value investor in valuing a company based on cash flows is so much different than trying to figure out a value of a crypto, because you're really, you know, when you're looking at like a quarterly statement, you're looking at, you know, the raw numbers, but I'm starting to look at the quarterlies. Like I just put 3 months in a row and call it a quarter. And I look at average. I make an average because you want to know how much of it's being used, how common. And so you're seeing some significant growth with Algorand. So, you know, it first came sort of online June of 2019. Right? And it's got a $10 billion solid cap. And remember, Cardano's got 50 billion, and Doge is well unlimited. Doge is unlimited.
Ethereum is like 100 million, but it's no cap.
Right, but Ethereum's got their own problems, and I don't think I'm not saying it's not going to be successful, but what I'm saying is that, you know, it's only a matter of time before it's a pattern. Even right now, and I don't know if the EIP London fork or whatever it is even gone or free, but here's the point. When you do and I'll let you talk about the Yieldly, but when you do that bridge, the price difference between Ethereum part bridge, Yieldly aspect is night and day. The gas fees you pay with your MetaMask wallet is crazy. So
yeah, what was that? Because I haven't done it, but I did look at the extension and I seen it was like 30 algos down there to send a couple Yieldly.
Yeah, so I mean it's the same old story with it's the same story. I mean they are expensive. They cannot get the cost down, while Algorand settles instantly and it costs you 0.001 Algorand. Okay.
I know, amazing.
So when people are talking about Ethereum being the leader of the world computer, well, I go, first off, what company is going to build on there where they got to pay these fees? I mean, $30 a clip for a fee.
No, you're just making miners rich, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's
it. That's why they're trying to go to this more validator aspect, but it's still.
Yeah, they're trying to do a proof of stake now.
Yeah, I don't know. I again, when I see it, I'll believe it, but I'm not seeing it.
No, I'm not either.
That's the common theme with Ethereum. It's they got a good talk game, and they were the first mover. You've got Uniswap, you've got all these first moving ecosystems, and it gives them a hell of a lead. I just don't think they've developed enough, because now the competition's here. And now,
it's here.
And now you got to put up.
Yeah, because even talking about fees like what's it, Stellar Lumens, XRP, those are still great, and they make sense for what they're trying to do.
Well, I think Stellar lost the race. I mean, I think they've had a good team, I guess, but I guess maybe a couple of months ago it went totally offline. Like blocks were getting rejected. And if you're if you're running a stable coin and something like that happens,
did not know that. So it's been on my list to dump anyway, but
I find it to be, I think it dumped because everything's dumping, but I don't think it's going to recover back to where it was, or I mean it could, but I don't think you're going to get the boost because of that, because I think that poured a lot of cold water.
Close a deal on new places, sign a lease, new location, motivated, blue faces. That's why I'm in new places. Know my girl want new dishes in the backyard, koi fishes, papaya for breakfast, coffee. We eating on clean dishes.